You only have three real paths after a professional layoff. Understanding which one fits you is the difference between struggling to find gigs and commanding serious income. Most people conflate freelance, consultant, and fractional, freezing up when they need to move fastest. By the end, you will know exactly which path leverages your unique experience most effectively, and the last path we will cover, fractional work, might surprise you with how perfectly it fits your overlooked leadership skills. Many smart professionals feel lost when facing new career paths like freelancing, consulting, or fractional roles. This confusion is understandable because the lines between them often blur, making it hard to see which direction truly suits your experience. You might think you need brand new skills, but the truth is you already possess the core competencies. The challenge is often in understanding how to package and position those existing abilities. This video aims to cut through that noise and give you a clear framework. You have spent years solving problems and navigating complex situations, and those are immensely valuable assets. We will unpack each option so you can confidently pick the right one for your next move. No more feeling stuck, just clear definitions and actionable insights. Let us simplify these choices so you can start moving forward today. The key is to stop seeing a single path and recognize the distinct opportunities. Quick thing, if this is making sense so far, hit like so more people in your shoes can find it. At its core, freelancing means working for multiple clients, typically on a project-by-project or hourly basis. You are selling specific tasks or discrete deliverables, often taking clear instructions to get the job done. The work tends to be defined and execution-focused, requiring competence in a particular tool or process. Income can vary widely, but it offers high flexibility and immediate entry for many. You manage your own schedule and decide which projects to take on. This path often starts by providing support functions that busy businesses need but cannot justify a full-time hire for. Think of it as being a highly competent, independent doer. For example, a former administrative manager might freelance as a virtual assistant, managing email inboxes or scheduling complex meetings for multiple entrepreneurs. This type of work typically commands rates between $40 to $75 per hour. Especially when demonstrating high organization and communication skills, it is a fantastic way to quickly start generating income, but it demands continuous client acquisition. Consulting elevates your role from doing to advising and solving strategic problems. Here, you are paid for your expertise, insights, and the ability to guide clients through complex challenges. Consultants diagnose issues, recommend solutions, and often help implement them, working with clients who need high-level thinking. This path requires a deeper understanding of business strategy and the ability to articulate complex ideas clearly. You are selling your judgment and experience gained over years, not just your hands. Income is typically higher, often project-based or on a retainer, reflecting the intellectual value delivered. For instance, a professional with 15 years in supply chain logistics might consult for a mid-sized distributor, identifying bottlenecks in their fulfillment process and designing a more efficient inventory management system. Such projects often yield $3,000 to $1,000 per engagement, or hourly rates from $100 to $250, depending on the scope and your demonstrated impact. This approach demands a confidence in your strategic thinking, and understanding the problem is often more important than the solution itself. But navigating these higher-stakes engagements requires a specific approach to client relationships, which is a different beast entirely. Fractional work is like being a part-time executive for multiple businesses, filling a critical leadership gap without the full-time commitment or cost. You act as a senior leader, taking ownership of a function like marketing, operations, or HR for a specific number of hours or days per month. The focus is on long-term impact and strategic oversight, integrating deeply into the client's team, but only for a fraction of your time. This model offers more stability than project-based freelancing and deeper engagement than pure consulting. It is ideal for professionals with significant leadership experience who can step in and immediately add executive value. For example, a veteran corporate communications director might serve as a fractional head of comms for 2 or 3 growing startups, developing their messaging strategy and leading crisis response a few days a week for each. This type of ongoing retainer can bring in $2,500 to $7,000 per month per client, depending on the role and commitment, offering significant and consistent income. It is about leveraging your big-picture thinking and hands-on leadership experience in a flexible way. However, attracting these high-level fractional roles often means showcasing your leadership in a new way. These 3 paths sit on a clear spectrum, moving from task-based work to strategic leadership. Freelancing is often about executing specific tasks for a defined outcome. Consulting involves providing expert advice and solutions to complex problems. Fractional work positions you as a strategic partner, owning a critical function within a company for a set period. Each step up this spectrum typically correlates with higher earning potential and greater impact, but also requires a different level of client relationship and perceived value. You move from being a pair of hands to a trusted brain to an indispensable leader. Understanding where your current experience truly sits on this spectrum is vital for deciding your next move. For instance, creating social media graphics for an agency, Freelance, might pay $500 per month, while advising on their overall digital strategy, Consultant, could be $5,000 per project, and acting as their fractional chief marketing officer, Fractional, could net $6,000 per month. The more directly you impact a client's core business results and reduce their stress, the higher your value. Identifying your position on this spectrum is the first step. But then you need to actually map your own experience. To map your experience, think about the problems you solved in your last corporate role. Did you excel at getting specific tasks done efficiently, like organizing events or managing complex data? That points to strong freelance potential. Were you often called upon to troubleshoot system failures, develop new processes, or provide strategic input on departmental challenges? That leans towards consulting. Or did you consistently take ownership of entire functions, lead teams, or drive significant strategic initiatives with autonomy and accountability? That is the hallmark of fractional work. Your everyday competence is not just doing your job, it is a collection of problem-solving patterns. For example, if you consistently built clear reporting dashboards and managed internal communications across departments, you might find success freelancing in data visualization or internal comms support for $60 to $90 per hour. If you then use those reports to identify inefficiencies and propose new operational models, consulting in business process optimization, earning $150 to $300 per hour, could be your fit. And if you then implemented those new models, led the transition, and owned the outcomes for a specific business unit, a fractional head of operations role at $4,000 to $9,000 per month might be perfect. The key is to examine the level of problem you are most comfortable solving. Your years of experience have equipped you with more than just job duties. They have built a powerful problem-solving toolkit. Beyond your experience, your personal preferences and career goals play a huge role in choosing the right path. Do you crave maximum flexibility and variety, even if it means less consistent income? Freelancing might be your ideal. Do you enjoy diving deep into complex challenges, offering high-level strategic guidance, and then moving on to the next puzzle? Consulting is likely a better match. Or do you prefer a more stable, integrated role where you build long-term relationships and see the impact of your leadership over months or years? Albeit for less than full-time hours, fractional work could be perfect. There is no single best option, only the one that aligns with your desired lifestyle and professional satisfaction. For example, if you love solving distinct, hands-on administrative puzzles, freelancing might provide the immediate income and flexibility you need. Perhaps managing client invoicing for several small businesses at $750 to $1,500 per month per client. If you thrive on advising leadership through complex digital transformations, consulting engagements starting at $7,000 to $2,000 per project would be more fitting. If you want to build and mentor a team without the corporate politics, a fractional chief of staff role, generating $3,500 to $8,000 monthly, might offer that fulfillment. Think about your energy levels, your desired level of autonomy, and how much risk you are comfortable taking on. This self-assessment is critical before you even think about putting yourself out there. The most empowering path for you is the one that allows you to confidently leverage your 15 years of human experience. Fractional work, which we touched on earlier, often aligns most powerfully with the skills of a seasoned professional like you. It directly taps into your ability to bring structure to chaos, communicate clearly under pressure, and manage complex initiatives with judgment and wisdom. These are not beginner skills. A junior freelancer cannot step into a fractional chief operating officer role and immediately stabilize a growing startup's internal systems. That is your unique value. This path recognizes that your years of simply doing your job have cultivated a rare capacity for leadership, problem-solving, and strategic execution. You are not just a task doer, you are an experienced leader who can own outcomes. For instance, a former head of customer success might take on 2 fractional head of CX roles, ensuring client retention and optimizing support processes for each company, securing $5,000 to $12,000 per month for each client. This pays so well because it directly addresses a critical business need that founders cannot delegate to an entry-level employee. Your human judgment and ability to lead are your most valuable assets in this new landscape, giving you unmatched leverage. Your years of competence are not just doing your job, they are your most valuable currency. You now have a framework to pick the path that best amplifies your unique strengths. Go forth and confidently find which of your everyday skills is truly sellable, because the right fit makes all the difference. Do one thing for yourself today. Visit freelancefitai.com and claim your free sellable skill report.